let me take the bull by its horns and say that the greatest violators in the world, the greatest violators of human rights, of democracy, of transparency, are not found in Africa. We don't have the means even to reach other continents. The greatest violators are the UK and the US and other European countries. This must be said loud and clear. They must preach water and drink water. They shouldn't preach water and drink wine. Look at what has happened in Iraq and the Middle East in general. If indeed destabilization and instability can lead to situations where forced labor is rampant, then we must tell our friends, indeed they are our friends, that enough is enough. The millions of people who are killed in the name of looking for elusive weapons of mass destruction something must be said about it. And we cannot continue in silence. We cannot continue in silence as our brothers in the Arab world now and elsewhere are subjugated to all sorts of inhuman treatment. We demand that in fact all the violators of human rights, be they African or otherwise, must be taken to the International Court of Justice in The Hague. It cannot be true that that court was established for African leaders only. There must be a way of finding our brothers and sisters elsewhere who also equally violate other people's rights with the gay abandon to face the International Court of Justice in The Hague. Otherwise, we are talking about hypocrisy. We are talking about hypocrisy. We thank the Institute of Policy Analysis and Research for their technical support in ensuring that the report in fighting trafficking in persons. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. I am delighted to note that
I'm going to talk on common sense. Mr. President, if you see what is happening, you will know that the enemies of this government, they are within the presidency. So many a times we stand here to say that there are people within the president who don't want the president to succeed. And it's coming out clearly, Mr. President. If you look at the kind of advice people close to the government are given to the presidency, you will know that they are trying as much as possible to distract the president from working. Let me give a very few examples. Sometimes ago, like 50-something days ago, the president went for leave to attend to his health issues. And the vice president was made acting president for about 59 days. Did you hear about Major Delta Avengers? Did you hear about Fulani herdsmen for the 59 days? Did you hear any media attack, or did you hear any tension in the country? But for the simple now, this just 2 weeks, the president is back. And the people surrounding the president are creating tension in the country. I want Nigerians to know that the enemies of this government, they are very, very close to the government. And they are very, very close to the president. This tension they are creating is just to distract the president from concentrating to do good for the people and ordinary people to enjoy the dividends of this wealth process. Therefore, it is very, very important for the presidency, for the people, to know that the enemies of this government are within the cycle of the presidency, and therefore call on Nigerians to begin to pray for Mr. President, because those that don't want him to succeed are very, very, very close to him. If you look at the kind of advice, look at the kind of letter that is coming from Attorney General, somebody that is supposed to bring peace, somebody that is supposed to be bring stability, is trying to create a problem between the National Assembly and the presidency. If the person of that kind of holding an office of Attorney General will write a letter like this, then you should know the kind of advice is given the president. Therefore, the people surrounding the president are his enemies. We are praying for the president to succeed, and we will continue to make him to succeed. But we must expose the people that are trying to create this kind of tension in the country anytime the president wants to do good for the country. You can look at for the 59 days, there was no any problem in the country. But immediately he came back, now they have started going so that to distract the president. So I think this is my own submission. And it's a matter of common sense.
Nice common sense.